What's up? It's Marquita Hudgens, and this is the Voice Behind the Voice podcast. This is episode 40, part 3 of the Boundaries series, and I am talking about what you can do to accept and consider the boundaries of others. How can I consider and accept the boundaries of others? I know I completely messed that up, but yes. So the boundaries of others. Listen, super easy, okay? You want to be a self actualizer. You need to know your worth. You need to separate yourself from the rest of the world um, and become your own person. Learn who you are. Um, get to know your worth. Decide what you want to do with your life. Um, and also, there's another one. Decide what you want to do with your life. Um, and make choices. You have to. That was the main point. You have to make your own choices. I'm talking to adults here. If there's anyone who is not an adult, I hope that by the time you turn 18, that you just consume all this information and it helps you become a better person. I wish somebody would have told me all of this when I was 16, 17, 18, because I would have had some time to try to, to really figure out, like, when I become an adult. Because when I was 13, I used to just want to I would be like, 5 years, mom, 5 years, I'm out of here. I would tell her all the time, I'm getting out of here, 5 years. I wish I would have known then, even at 13, I wish I would have known what all of this is. And I wish I would have been able to, like, people gave me notebooks all the time, but I wish somebody would have gave me a notebook and said, here, write down what you want out of life. Not, like, I always thought they wanted me to be, like, writing down what happened today. And I was like, I'm not doing that. But if somebody would actually told me, like, write down what you want out of life, write down what you think you may have to offer. Because I feel like just that, even at 13, 16, I would have been able to, by 18, 19, not, you still don't have it all together, because then you go out into the real world and things change, but I would have at least had like a little foundation, and I would have been able to avoid a whole lot of situations. So um, you get off to yourself and you separate your choices from the kind of choices that other people make. um, that's first. Like, separate yourself. That is self protocol. You put yourself in a bubble. Everybody else is on the outside of the bubble, and inside this bubble you say, okay, so these are my values, I'm going to commit to them. These are my standards, I'm going to set these standards in place, and I'm going to, let let nature take its course. Like I said last week, I'm going to let nature take its course because I've set my values in place. I am going to draw boundaries so that other people know what I want and what I don't want out of life, and give them the opportunity to respect um, these boundaries. I'm going to communicate my limitations. These are my limitations. These are my expectations. And it's not like you just do this one time. This is an ongoing thing. And you say, okay, I respect myself, and I'm making the decision to respect other people. Now this is where we are now, where boundaries are concerned. You've separated yourself and you've decided that you've established the protocol. You've decided what your method and requirements are for yourself protocol. Now, because we're talking about, we went through the whole first four phases. The fifth phase is to respect. You have to make a commitment also to respect. Like, you make a commitment to respect your values. I mean, to you make a commitment to your values. You make a commitment to respect other people's boundaries and to values, and to consider their boundaries, to accept their boundaries. You have to consider that everyone else in this world also has a right to establish their own protocol, and not everybody can respect themselves. You have to be that example. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Not everybody knows how to respect other people. You sometimes just have to be that example. So you can't be walking around saying you got to earn my respect. No, sometimes you have to teach them how to respect. Not everybody knows how to respect themselves and other people. You, now that you are a bona fide self actualizer, and you have values and you have standards and you have boundaries, and you know your limitations and expectations, and you have respect for yourself and others, now you have to be that example. So consider everyone's right to establish protocol, and realize that you need to accept other people are going to live their own lives before you can really get to live your own life. It always kind of aggravates me when people, they just go out, do what they want to do, say what they want to say, live how they want to live, and then they come back and try to tell you what you need to say, what you need to do, how you need to live. Like, I'm letting you live your life. Like, I'm letting you say all whatever, you act all crazy all day long, whatever you want to do. I'm letting you do that. Okay? I respect that. I am accepting. I give you space to do what you got to do. Now you got to do it for me. And sometimes we just really have to be that example, and we have to be able to vocalize and communicate. Like, look, I respect how you live in your life. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. I'm not telling you what to do, how to raise your kids. Now you have the same respect for me, and don't do it to me. But yeah. So basically, that's it. Of accepting and considering other people's boundaries. It's not hard. It's actually pretty easy. I feel like if you've gotten this far, it's really not hard now. Maybe some people are just getting here and they're like, that's crap. But if you've been here for, I don't know, the last 20 episodes, you're rocking with me, and you really know what's up. So I also want to let you know that I do have another podcast. So this podcast premieres on a lot of different podcast streams. If you go to my bio, if you're listening to this, go to my bio and you'll see. But there's also a link to my podcast if you're watching this, that you can go there and find where to just listen if you don't want to look at my face. But if you go there, if you want to listen, it premieres Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 11 a.m. If you're watching this podcast, it's 11:30 a.m. These are Central Standard Times. All the times that I say right now are Central Standard Time. Okay. But my other podcast, my prayer podcast, Prayerful Dynamic, is Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. to watch and to listen at 7 p.m. I'm praying. Man, I just really want you guys to be with me on this week. I prayed for a clean heart. I prayed for righteousness. I prayed for those who are grieving. Go ahead and check it out. Check out those episodes. In the order that I just said it, it was episode 20, 21, 22, and 20. So if you feel any of that in your life right now, go ahead and check out those episodes. And also, I have virtual Bible study coming up in a few weeks, July 12th through 16th and 19th through 23rd. It's 2 weeks long. It's absolutely free. It's fully online, ages 5 through 12. Go ahead and check it out. You don't want to miss it. It's just amazing. I can't even tell you how I got to doing 2 weeks. I'll talk about it after VBS is over. I'll give you the full scoop of the whole story of how I came up with everything. But yeah, I believe that 2021 is a year of freedom, a year of new systems, a year of shackles being taken off, and I definitely believe that God is doing that in me now, especially with this virtual Bible study where I'm literally like, I'm like a smart car right now. Like, I'm not driving this vehicle. God is driving this vehicle. Um, I'm just going. God put the destination in, and I'm just going. So I'm excited. Go ahead and check that out. Click the link in my bio. There's a VBS button at the top of the screen to go. do go to my website. Any page on my website, there's a VBS button. Go there to register, and then there's a submit button. If you have anything that you have to offer, go ahead and click that submit button and email me the link to your video that you want to educate and entertain the children with, ages 5 through 12. All right, so thank you so much. Like, subscribe, share. Check out the Voice Behind the Voice podcast. Check out the Prayerful Dynamic podcast, and subscribe on YouTube. All right, peace.